sell your policy, even a term policy, immediate cash payment, all Coventry Direct.
We thought we had planned carefully for our retirement.
But we quickly realized we needed a way to supplement our income.
A friend sold their policy to help me with this. Got me thinking. Maybe selling our policy could help with our retirement.
I was skeptical, so I did some research and called Coventry Direct. They explained life insurance is a valuable asset that can be sold.
We learned we can sell all of our policy. Keep part of it with no future payments. Good. We sold our policy. Now we can relax and enjoy our retirement as we had planned.
If you have $100,000 of life insurance, you may qualify to sell your policy. Don't cancel, let your policy lapse without finding out what it's worth. Visit CoventryDirect.com to find out if your policy qualifies. 1-800-983-6200. Coventry Direct, redefining insurance.
My hair started to thin and had to bring hormones to drop. There are severe side effects such as sexual dysfunction. Is the drug-free supplement gave me my hair health and my confidence back? Get early.
And up to $250. Okay, fine. Injections will cut my profit to 55. You have to check your pocket. Oh, yeah. What's your bargain? Compare multiple differences. You can save $1,000 left. I didn't think about it.
Tetravaga, hair right, save up to 40%. Tell. Travaga.
Good morning, Brenda. Here comes Justin.
Why is Brenda saying this is her?
What?
She said in the chat there, she said, Paul Murray, this is Brenda. Why is she telling you that?
I don't know.
She didn't have a wrench. Did that account always have a wrench?
Yes.
Or did you just give it to her?
Brenda? No, she's always had that Sunstar.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was asking. Because I could have swore her name was together. All one word. Okay. I just don't know why she's telling you that that's her in the chat.
Who knows?
Just being cautious for your channel. It just kind of was
How you
weird.
feeling? How you feeling to be back home?
I'm good. Oh, I watched that video yesterday of Ray Kelly about that lady, but that wasn't the same lady that flew into the military base. Everybody was saying, yeah, it was a different lady, because they were talking about it on Johnny's show last night, and they were explaining to the lady about the other case. So that definitely wasn't the same lady. What's up, TJ? How's it going?
Yeah, I'm not so sure. You know, Sunstar used to be all there wasn't there was not
Oh,
a space in between the sun and star, was there?
no, that's what I was saying, but she said she's on her laptop. So she must
Okay.
have a different account for her laptop. No, as long as you didn't just give her a wrench, then she's fine.
No, no,
I thought maybe that person was coming in trying to play like they were Brenda. You know.
no. Hopefully not.
No, if she had a wrench, that means at some point she was in here under that account and you gave her a wrench a long time ago. So
A long time ago. Yep. Sorry about the mix-up, Brenda, but everybody's just being cautious.
yeah, I'm being cautious for her as well too, because I was gonna let her know she came in. Hey,
So, did the dog sleep with you last night?
oh Tyson, yeah, he hasn't left me alone. Bo slept with Kelsey because she ended up coming home early from camp.
Oh yeah.
Guess she got sick and the counselor said she had to go. So, uh-uh.
There he is. It wouldn't be the same, Justin, without TJ here giggling, would it?
I know. I know. That's funny. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's funny.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, you better put that fucking coffee down before you knock it all over the computer.
That's funny.
Justin looks forward to you coming in, TJ, every day.
I know he does. I know.
And then I got a premiere tomorrow on YouTube for 4th of July.
All right. All right.
Be tomorrow at noon.
Wait, just gonna do like a firework kind of deal, or like what are you doing?
No. It's a video I just put together for 4th of July. It doesn't come on till tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
Joe wishes he was at SeaWorld because he loves to go watch the seals.
That's funny. I'm off tomorrow, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was telling Jonathan earlier because he had sent me something on Messenger talking about Trump is like taking away the whole freedom of speech right or whatever. And I was telling him I was gonna go try and go fly tomorrow if at all possible, if the weather permits, because earlier this morning it was like pouring down rain.
Good morning, Jonathan.
Jonathan, your ears must have been burning.
Joe doesn't like it when we do our clapping and laughing.
He's not in the mood right now, though.
No, he's not in the mood. He's in the bed.
Yeah, yeah, I guess Brenda's kind of like Jody in a way because she's using that different account or whatever. Because Jody has, obviously his drone shots, and then he's also got Frank Rizzo.
Yeah, but I noticed the difference because in her normal account, it's all one word.
It was a,
Yeah.
That's why I noticed. And then she said, "It's me, Paul." And I said, "What?" I said, "Why is she telling Paul that? We know who you are."
Yeah, it's two S's, but there wasn't any space in between Sun and Star.
Yeah.
But I think that's fine.
All right, let's see here. Yeah, so that is coming. I'll be on tomorrow at 12. All right.
How's the weather down there?
Johnny. Same. It's the same as it is where Justin's at. Probably. I mean, like it's sunny right now, but earlier this morning it was pouring down rain.
Oh, so you have been getting rain?
Yeah.
Where's my weather thing? Fuck. Where did my weather app go?
What do you use? Like the Weather Channel or?
No, it's usually on the bottom of my browser, and I can click it, but it's not there.
No.
I don't know where it went to.
No, but what weather app do you use is what I'm asking.
It's just the built-in Microsoft one.
No. Let's see.
Are you taking him out to the walk?
Let's see. Tomorrow, let's see. Today's is 83. It'll be thunderstorms, I guess, later, and then tomorrow, 70% chance of storms. So,
Rainy 4th of July for you guys, huh?
yeah. Well, I mean, maybe. I mean, it's like it says 78. It says 70% chance. So,
that's over 50%.
Yeah.
So it's not a toss-up. It's a.
Yeah, more. Yeah.
So Johnny, what are you up to? Are you going to go visit Joe again, or? Joe needs some cheering up. I think he's a little bit bitter today.
Yeah, he's been in the hospital way too long.
79 degrees, 91% humidity.
Just said he was good. He said he was good in math.
Johnny's getting ready to cut the grass at home or over at the cemetery. Joe, did you get your breakfast yet? What did you have for breakfast?
Yesterday, he sent me, last night or whatever it was, he sent me a picture. He finally got his he got his turkey sandwich or whatever. He said at 9:45 p.m. Nurses brought me my nightly turkey sandwich right on time. Need to get that protein in to help me with the healing. Hashtag love my nurses.
I need to take my computer apart and clean it.
Here comes Uncle Joe.
Yeah, that's too big of a place for him to be cutting all that grass by himself. You'd have to have a company come in and do that.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, I'm not annoyed this morning. I just got annoyed when you started making all that noise because it just keeps TJ going. Even Justin said, "Good Lord," you know.
TJ gets on a roll. I love to see him on a roll.
Yeah, let him get on the roll. You don't have to egg it on.
It's the highlight of his day.
That's right.
I had another vein blow out,
Oh, did you?
so they had to redo another vein, and then it occluded a minute ago. And the doctor looked at me. She goes, "Why are we sticking you so much?" I said, "Because nobody wants to listen to me." So she said, "Let me make a phone call and get at least a pick in you. That way we don't have to worry about it again." So they're
Yeah,
gonna try to see about that today.
yeah, mine blew out again yesterday too, but luckily I was at the end of all my meds, so I didn't have to put another one in me.
Put another one in you. What the hell I just walk into?
We were talking about the me and Joe both had that problem with our fucking veins kept blowing out on the IVs. I had the same issue. Mine kept blowing out too, but luckily my last one that I had yesterday, I was at the end of my medication, so they didn't have to use it anymore. So they were able to take it out.
Got my breakfast this morning. They forgot the Juven again. The most
They
important
forgot-
thing on the plate. The Juven,
They
that's
forgot
the
what?
thing for the wound care.
Juvenex.
It's Juven. It's a drink
Dude,
with different nutrients that help wounds heal. It's on the list and they forgot it. They give me this every day and they forget it. So they got to go get one.
They want you to hang out with them.
They
No, it's
only
ridiculous.
they only fucked up one thing on my at all my meals, and that was when they brought me a bowl of cornflakes with no fucking milk. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? I'm not eating it dry.
Yeah.
The lady brought me a little container of milk. Because luckily the nurses have a whole bunch of shit like at their nursing stations. They
Well,
can bring
the
you.
nurses used to have it up here, the Juven, and they put it down the diet chart. So they won't get it.
Yeah, because usually the nurses will have like sandwiches, crackers, sodas, or water, shit like that. They'll have all that stuff right there. Usually an ice machine on every floor. That way they don't have to go down to the kitchen every time they need to get something small.
Yeah.
And they'll have condiments, stuff like that.
I don't know if they got condoms up here. Maybe I have to ask.
Condom.
No, condiments, not condoms. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
okay.
I thought he said condoms too. I about to say,
I
what
thought
the
he said
hell?
that too. That's why I was. Well, I do have the best
Why
looking
the hell are
nurse.
you gonna ask then, Joe? What do you need a condom for?
All I know is I got the best looking nurse I've ever had in here today.
They all seem to get better looking.
No, they don't.
Well,
But
well,
this one is.
The thing is, though, is the medical field is like dominated by women. So your chances of seeing a hot chick working in the hospital is going to be really high because for every one guy working in the hospital, there's fucking 30 women working in it.
Well, the
Yeah,
thing
this
of
one-
it is that Sarah had to take the last couple of days off to keep an eye on Justin, make sure he behaved himself at the hospital.
She worked. She still went to work. Because I didn't get my paycheck on the 30th like I was supposed to, and now I can't get a hold of anybody, find out where my money's at because everybody's fucking gone for the summer. So I don't know who to call. I've been trying to get a hold of somebody, and so.
Can you just go up to the school and talk to someone?
Well, he's not getting paid by the school; it's the bus company.
Well, it's the
Oh.
school board, but the problem is everybody's gone for summer break, so there's nobody to call. At least not that I can find out. So I'm kind of screwed on money right now.
They'll figure it out.
What, they ain't pay you?
Mm-mm. Supposed to get paid every 2 weeks, and I got my last paycheck, but I didn't get this one.
Okay.
I was supposed to get paid on the 30th, which would have been Monday. So
Normally, what do they do? Mail it to you, your check?
no, it's direct deposit. That's why I don't.
Oh,
I
It
can't
could
get a
just be
hold
your
of
bank.
anybody. I don't know. It's
That's
PayPal, and I've never had issues with them.
did you
Oh,
did
that's
you
yeah,
did you call
okay.
your bank and check your account?
Yeah, it's PayPal. I can just check it on my phone.
You checked it today?
Yeah, I've checked it every day since
Yeah.
Monday, and nothing. I haven't gotten anything. PayPal usually gives it to me a day early, so
Right.
No,
Well, you
many
never know.
jobs
Maybe
got-
they, because of the holiday week coming up, maybe they moved it a few days.
I
so many
hope not.
jobs I quit for having my check late.
Yeah, well, the problem is I can't get a hold of nobody because everybody's on summer break, so I don't
If I
know.
get
It's
paid
all
on
automated.
Tuesday, and we come in there Tuesday, and you tell us they ain't got the paychecks, guess what? I will not be there Wednesday. I'll be there Wednesday morning, get my paycheck.
Oh yeah, if it
You
was
might,
during the
you might
school
well
year,
take me off the clock after that.
if it was during the school year, I'd have a bunch of people I could call, but nobody's in the offices, so it's all just set up automated for the summer. So
Yeah. They could have a glitch in the system. Everybody might not have got paid. They got to go fix it, you know?
Sarah's mom got paid because I called her and asked her. So
Oh.
she got her paycheck.
Might forgot to do your paperwork.
Wait a minute. I got an extra amount in my PayPal. Maybe that was it.
Yeah, maybe.
Thank you, Justin. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, and I was supposed to
Speaking
go
of which, let
grocery.
me look at mine because I got to check. It should have went in today.
Yeah, I was supposed to go grocery shopping yesterday, and I can't
Oh,
even do
hell
that.
yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah,
It's in
baby.
there, Joe.
I've had
It's in there.
$3,100 in the last 2 days deposited.
So you got your money, Joe?
For what?
I don't know. Whatever it is you hell yeah about.
No.
I'm just trying to
Yeah,
figure out, I keep hearing you getting your money, but I ain't got my sticker yet. I'm trying to figure out how many years more I got to wait for my sticker.
did Joe just drop off, or is that Paul?
That was Joe.
No.
Joe.
Oh, he might have hit the button on accident when he was
Now I
exiting.
mentioned the sticker that he supposed to send me last year, and he dipped on us.
But no, I'm supposed to go grocery shopping yesterday, and I can't even do that now.
Hey guys,
Fucking
I'm going to be outside for a little bit. Somebody's here to work on my zero turn.
That young kid.
yeah.
Oh, this is Jim. Jim drove up from Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Jonathan asked me about money, so I had to get off quick.
Yeah, that's what I said. Asked about this nigga, he got ghosts.
Asked about money, I got off, man. I didn't want to tell you nothing.
I
Now,
just
my
want the
Social
sticker.
Security, plus the DGI, the drone from State Farm. Got it all together. Shoot, I got over 3,500 put in my account in a day. That's good.
Gotta figure out I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for groceries.
You said
When
35?
fucking kids get home.
Yeah, that's between the two checks.
Add another 6, 7, gonna get you a Max 4.
Too bad I got about 3,200 going out, you know? So,
Oh, damn. That killed the Max 4.
kill that idea, didn't it? They're coming in later today to do the wound care, right? Where they're going to unwrap it and look at it. And I looked at the doctor.
Today
I
is
said, so,
Thursday, ain't it?
yeah. So they're going to open it up and look at it today and change it out and rebandage it. And they're probably going to hook my vacuum system I'm going to use at home. So I'll know how to use it on because they got it here. And oh, come on, it's not occluded. Stop.
Huh?
Yeah, they got to change this shit. Cause
What happened?
they got
What
me
happened?
running the machine, you know.
Oh,
Today, Thursday.
I'm just
Yeah.
glad I know how to use this thing. It said occluded, so stop it, stretch my arm out, and reset it, and restart it. There you go back.
Yeah, fucking
That way I don't have
Thursday.
to hear this bullshit. But this one blows. The nana in the arm on the other side, on this arm.
What
damn.
happens if that one blow?
You know that one right there on there.
What happens if that one blow? Where they gonna stick it in?
Oh, they're gonna have to they need to do what they should have done 2 days ago. Should have got ICU up here with an ultrasound unit, and then they should have put my arm underneath there. The same arm they're gonna put underneath there, right? And they could have looked and saw. I could show them where they got it last year, a couple years ago, up in the top of the arm. And what they
Mhm.
do is they go deeper, and then they go with a longer catheter. So the catheter, instead of being like an inch, it's like 4 inches. It just slides up the
Yeah,
vein. You know.
that was where my last one was, and that shit hurt, dude.
Well,
It's
it don't.
still sore. I can still feel it.
Well, it didn't hurt as much. I don't remember it hurting that much. But it's like just do it where you find it and do it. You know.
Well, it hurts going in, and then once it's in there for a while, it goes away. But when they take it out, it's like mine's still sore from yesterday.
Yeah,
I
you
can
got
still
it for a
feel it.
couple of seconds. But I got soreness all over because I got like 7, 8 sticks in my right arm, 7, 8 sticks in my left arm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yesterday they sticked me 6 times before they finally got. I had 3 nurses in my room, and they stuck me 6 times before they finally got a vein. I had all these fucking needles. I
Well,
had
they've been
three in each
finding the
arm.
vein, but the veins have been blowing. You know.
Yeah, I had 3 needles in each of my arm hanging out while they were trying to find a vein. Now I got these
What?
fucking track marks up and down my damn arms, looking like a
Yeah.
damn crackhead.
So you can say you've been cracking, huh?
Yes, I don't know.
Well, I refuse. They keep wanting to put one in the joint in my crease of my arm. And I say, you ain't doing it. I'm not letting you.
I hate that, dude. I tell them, I'm like, why don't y'all just put it in the fucking hand? Because you're so much more mobile when you have it in the hand.
Yep.
I hate that they put it in the crease of your arm because you're constantly bending your arm and you're wanting to move around and shit.
And that's what occludes it. You know?
Yeah, that's where they normally like stick the needles anyway, like you're saying in the crease of your arm there, because that's where
Yeah,
they.
and it's super annoying because it's like the worst place for it.
Yeah.
Even though that's like the normal.
I think they think that's where they can get your vein, the best vein or whatever.
TJ, it's the easiest.
Yeah.
That's the easiest.
But that's the thing, though. It's also the most inconvenient too when you're in the hospital bed for 2-3 days.
Do y'all hear
Because
yourselves right now?
what?
What?
Y'all are literally complaining about these people healing y'all.
I'm complaining about the way they're sticking me and that bitch hurting and blowing out.
Oh yeah, dude, it hurts when they inject something and the vein blows out because you'll start feeling stinging pain.
Y'all
I
could
got.
have not went to the hospital and wouldn't have to worry about none of that.
Well, I agree. But I got my
What's up,
forearm
Mark?
on the other side. Look like I'm Popeye.
Did Don change his name or something? Because it says the Mudball Don guy. Really?
I doubt it.
I don't know. He's got a couple of accounts, so
Who, Donald?
Is he
I always
who's
know
trying to
Donald
get
has
in?
the same account.
Don, but it says the Mudball Don.
I would ask him in the chat if that's him.
since Donald wasn't in the chat, I would say that's probably him. Because the guy that's been coming in has been copying people that have been in the chat.
Hold on. I'll find out.
I can't see because I'm not co-host. So
Yeah, I can't help you.
I'll find
just
out.
gonna-
Hold tight.
You can let him in, but just hover over the 3 dots over.
Hold on. Don't let him in yet. Hold tight.
Like I said, normally the guy that tries to come in now, he's copying people that are already in the chat. Like when TJ comes in, I know it's TJ because it'll say Anthony Alexander. The guy that
Yeah.
tries to come in under TJ will actually put TJ as a name.
I'm about to give that guy that keeps trying to come in my address, right? I want him to come in my house. Cause I'm gonna give him a copy of 357 Bulls about 4 times.
According to what I'm looking at, Donald ain't been online, since an hour ago. He got offline an hour ago, so that might not be him. And he didn't respond either, so I don't think that's Donald.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you looking at Facebook?
Messenger, and I just texted him, and he ain't looked at it or responded. Said he's been gone for an hour. He's been offline for an hour.
Shit, all that experience, JD, was just yesterday. I've only been I've been hospitalized 3 times. Once for pneumonia originally, that was 10 years ago. Then I got admitted for the kidney stone, and then this.
Yeah, and plus Don, he didn't come in the chat either. So
Plus, I used to go to BioLife a lot back in the day for extra money.
That ain't Donald. He would have responded to me already. So
You got a
don't
point.
let that person in. Don't do it.
Don't let him in. He's got to let us know it's him. Hey, I tell you where I live at, dude. If you want to come through my door, I'll show you a 357 bullet, and I'll give you like 3 more copies. If you want them, because that's about what you deserve, you bitch.
Rogue. Joe just went rogue.
I
Dare you to come.
I told you it was him.
Don, come back, Don.
I knew it was him because he wasn't in the chat.
Yeah, normally like normally he comes in the chat and then comes on. I don't know, like.
No. My whole point behind what I was saying though is the guy that normally tries to come in under your guys' names, he copies names of people that are already in the chat. So if the person hasn't been in the chat at all and they're trying to get in, and it's somebody we know so far has always been the right person.
Hey, Jonathan, I didn't go rogue. I just pushed my Marine button.
I don't know, people. I tried to call him. He ain't answer.
He is in the chat right now.
There we go.
What's up, Mark?
Hello there.
It looked like fish eye.
Oh, it's Fish Eye.
Well, they're done. Okay.
Hey.
Now fish eye starts showing his ass. We're in trouble.
That's why he changed the name. Okay.
So if fish eye starts showing his ass, we're in trouble.
Yeah. That's funny.
Jumped in the window like that.
It'd be funny. Mailman come up to your door and all of a sudden fish eye look out the window.
Oh
Yeah.
no! You know what would have been funnier is if you would have brought Fish Eye in with him actually showing his ass.
That or that.
Double D, how you doing, man?
Pick up.
What's up, Al?
Now,
Which Al? Time to fly?
Diaz.
Morning, Al. Ooh, that was good. And away he went.
And Donald's gone.
And we're gonna find out that was somebody else.
Still ain't sure if that was Donald. He ain't even speak.
Yeah, the only thing he said in the chat is, "Why don't you trust me?" You think it's going to be a video loop of someone bouncing up and down?
Well, he must have missed the other day.
That was a video link of somebody bouncing up and down.
No, he was talking about the naked dude bouncing up and down on a fucking dildo.
God.
So I'm at the point now where do I keep the beard or do I get rid of it?
Get rid
I
of
think
it.
you should. I think you should keep it.
No, get rid of it.
I hate it.
You look like old man Fogey right now.
You know, look,
No, I think it fills out your face. I think it looks good.
I hate it.
I think you're starting to look like Paul.
Where'd
If you
fish
try-
eye go?
Oh,
Did
it's
he
definitely. I'm
drop
shaving
out?
my head too. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you put some, dude. Put some Just for Men in your hair and your beard. Boo, you'll look 10 years younger.
I already got too.
Y'all,
I
y'all
already
the
got to
ones.
beat them off, man. I got to have all of this with that. Oh Lord.
Y'all the ones choosing to go all gray.
Yo, if you keep that on, right, all the women that been chasing you, they're gonna be like, he too old. Can't do nothing no more.
That's right.
That's
That's what I
why
said.
he-
It's coming off.
That's
Gotta
why he's
take
got
it
to manscape it with some Just for Men.
See, when you married like Justin, right, you ain't got to worry about that because you ain't looking for no woman. You got yours. You married. We don't have that luxury. We gotta shave it off.
I might not be looking, but I'm lurking. Let's put it that way.
See, and then
Allergic to what?
you got to do slight gray, right? Girls like the salt and pepper look, so that's why I said you just do a light combing with Just for Men through it, with just a little bit of gray, a little bit of dark, and dude, you'll look 10 years younger. And you think you're beating the girls off now. Older women love salt and pepper looking guys.
Joe wants,
And
Joe wants to
you
look
how
20
you
years
know
younger.
this, Justin?
Cause I got gray hair in my beard and my hair. Sarah loves it. She said if I dye it, she's gonna kick my ass.
Who's older, you or Sarah?
I'm older than Sarah by about a year and a half.
Okay,
2
you
years.
said older women like younger looking men.
No,
But you're
no, no, no.
older than
Older. I just mean older women in general, like guys that have salt and pepper hair. They don't have to be older than you or young. You know.
Who goes there? Is that Donna?
All right.
There he
I'm
is.
gonna say, Jonathan, you are wrong.
Yeah, I see now. What you
You're-
talking about?
You're wrong.
I'm always wrong.
Like,
man.
see how Donald's got his hair? He's got a little bit of gray in there,
Yeah.
a little bit of dark.
Little
Nice
Tony
mixture.
Stark.
How Donald
Little
ain't got
Tony
no
Stark
beard
action
on his
going.
face?
He said
Alright.
Tony Stark
See how
action.
Donald got the clean
Tony
face?
Stark.
Don does not have a clean face. Don needs to shave some of that off.
No, I actually have seen Donald with when he was rocking a little bit of a long beard there. And it actually didn't look bad on him.
Now, you said Justin's married. He's got his girl, so he doesn't have to go. And I'm
You're
married.
married too,
I don't
so
have
don't
to.
you and him in the same boat. Don't even try.
Okay. No. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you, this is why you're wrong. I've been married for what I say, 28 years, and the secret
Forever.
is you don't stop trying to win them.
Yep.
You don't stop trying to win.
You don't
time
stop trying to win them.
You said, time
Like-
you
When
said
you
I
when
do.
you when you decide to take your wife for granted and say, you know what, I can just stop because I've got mine. That's when you lose them.
Look,
He's
time you said I
saying-
do, you lost.
No, he's saying
what?
that you want to constantly be trying to woo your wife, like as if it's the first date. Right?
Time you said I do, you are no longer in control. You gave up all rights to the to the free world.
See?
You
Sarah
do
said that he
that
will not
as soon
cut.
as soon as you
Jonathan,
say I do.
Jonathan, here's where you're wrong again. I lost all control to her before I said I do.
You see what I'm saying? Because you already knew you was going to
Yeah.
say it.
See, and Sarah said if I touch the gray hair, that's grounds for divorce.
See, no control. Trust me, I salute y'all. I used to be there, but we'll leave that there. Mine just didn't go so well. TJ, what you nervous about, man? Stop biting your nails.
I know. I always do that for some weird reason.
TJ
What
caught
kind
up
of-
somewhere in the middle. TJ caught him somewhere in the middle of the conversation, Justin, trying to figure out what side of the fence he on.
Yeah, like what are they talking about?
He's like,
what-
exactly what's going on.
That's for June. Ah.
See, and we could all only be so lucky to have Donald's hair at his age.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've seen him come on with just messed up bed hair, and then he just runs his fingers through it. It's like looks
And
like a fucking
it's perfect again after he rubs his fingers through
yeah,
it.
it looks like a fucking Dove commercial.
No, the secret is never wash it. That way, it's always oily, a little bit, like natural grill cream.
You don't use any product in your hair, do you, Uncle Don?
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah, you. Oh, yeah.
What do you use?
Believe the brand name is Crisco.
No.
He's Crisco in his hair.
No, I don't know what brand. I use a little bit of gel. But when it's really long, I wake up with crazy bit. There's no controlling it. I gotta wet it down.
There's this stuff that I use. I think it's pretty. It's not so oily. It's called. It's not Maverick, but it comes in a black and white like little jar thing. But it's
is it a gel or is it a pomade or what is it?
It's a paste. It's a hair paste.
Hair paste, yeah.
Yeah, and it's MV, not MAV. It's MVR something whatever, Brick or whatever it is. And it's like a gray looking paste. Let me see if I can find it.
Well, while he's doing that, let me ask you guys, what kind of music do you have in your hearts today? What are we listening to? I don't have any music on, and I'm trying to figure out what type of music to put on in the background here while I work.
Well, that all depends on your own personal preference.
No,
Yeah.
I have eclectic taste, and I like to listen to new music, so I'm asking you guys what.
Told you before, try Steve Hillage.
All right.
Try who?
Steve Hillage.
What you?
Minimalist?
This is what I use right here. This stuff.
I think was he the guy that you told me whenever we were talking about Tubular Bells?
Yeah.
Yes, I listened to some of that.
All right.
I didn't like it as much, but it was okay.
Steve Hillage, what year was he famous?
Famous would probably be a crazy word to use.
Yeah.
80s, 90s.
Okay, that's not new music.
Oh, it doesn't have to be new.
Yeah, well, okay.
Something really weird. Try Rick Wakeman.
Well, I didn't say I want to listen to something weird.
Well, it's not exactly weird. It's just a lot of
Now, I will say this is gonna be in the background while I'm working, so it can't be like Lou Reed's Machine.
No, Rick Wakeman was the keyboards player for Yes. He brought out albums where one album side was one track.
What's yacht rock? What is that?
Yacht Rock. I have a playlist. I've got the Yacht Rock station that I listen to quite often, usually in the garage. And sometimes here while I'm working, Yacht Rock is always good. It's gonna be like your
Is it kind of
70s,
like
early 80s, very light rock.
kind of like easy listening music?
It'll
You
have
You said light rock or yacht rock?
yacht rock.
Yeah, like a big, huge boat, a yacht.
I was thinking maybe that was Popeye the Sailor Man and shit. You know, I don't know.
No,
Never heard of
it's
that.
actually yacht rock is a pretty fun little station on
Oh, it's a station.
Amazon Music, and it's kind of a genre, but it was a genre that was created after the fact to
Did
kind
you
of
ever-
encompass.
Do you ever listen to any Scritti Politti?
Who?
Scritti Politti.
I've heard Scritti Politti.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, do you listen to anything from the last 2 decades?
Me?
Oh, it's asking Mark. Yeah, nope.
Okay, Justin, what would be some good stuff that is new then?
Dude, I don't
What are
know.
the kids on the bus listening to that catches your attention?
The
Do
wheels
you
on the
listen
bus
to
go round and round, round and round.
Honestly, the new music I listen to, you probably wouldn't like anyway.
Right.
do you listen to Dave Matthews at all?
Dave Matthews is okay, but he's a little bit too.
Yeah, his voice can get a little pitchy sometimes.
What about Godly and
I
Cream?
like the
Okay, brother.
Smashing Pumpkins. Smashing
I got
Pumpkins are pretty
you. Go listen to Duran Duran.
Oh, I like
Duran?
them.
Duran was good.
Yeah.
You know, I have not listened to Duran Duran for quite a while.
Yeah.
I didn't know Al Duran had a band.
Duran Duran, Provox, ELO.
ELO. Oh, ELO would be a good background band to listen to.
You ever listen to U2?
Mm-hmm.
Godly and
Yes.
Tell him you
Yeah.
two, but I was like, let me get a think about what I was talking to.
U2 is pretty good.
Godly and Cream,
Yeah, Creed. I like Creed.
not Creed. Godly and Cream.
Oh.
They were originally part of a band, and I can't for the life of remember what it was. Don, who were they?
I'm not sure who you're talking about because you're cutting out. Yeah, I heard something Cree.
Cream.
Godly,
Yeah.
Godly and Cream.
I remember them, but I don't remember their music.
I don't know.
The most famous one was probably Under Your Thumb.
Under Your Thumb?
Yeah, don't want to be under your thumb forever.
I don't know that one. I know Under My Thumb.
So Under My Thumb?
I know. Well, that would be.
Oh yeah, under my
that'd be the
thumb.
Stones.
No, it was Under Your Thumb.
Under my thumb, girl.
Now, it was about a train journey.
Let me down. Under my thumb.
So Cream had Eric Clapton.
Godly and Cream were two members of another band, and I can't remember what the band was called now.
I always like to listen to some Disturbed.
Mister.
Down with the Sickness.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Come
I
on,
don't think
get down with the sickness.
I don't think Donald's trying to destroy his fucking office.
No, that's more when you are
Out in the garage working on your car.
mad and you're doing construction or destruction.
Or destruction. Oh, Godly and Cream is the band.
Yeah. They were two members of another band, and I can't remember what it was.
Where'd Paul go? Did he say he was going to do a ship or he just left?
No, Jim stopped by to help him with his zero turn.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's outside with Jim at the moment.
Hi, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah, smile.
Hey, Sarah.
Sarah,
You
Oh,
home?
Sarah.
Oh yeah, Sarah loves 80s hair bands. Any of those, she'd be happy with.
80s metal bands.
Like hair bands, she calls you.
What's she saying? John Mayer. Who was John
Oh,
Mayer?
I like that guy, John Mayer.
John Mayer's okay.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
John Mayer's a pretty big artist. I mean, I don't listen to him, but he's very famous.
I think I need a sponge bath.
Waiting for the world to change.
You guys have probably heard one of his songs somewhere. You had to have heard it on the radio or something.
Okay. Sarah likes 80s hair bands. Was she into Quiet Riot?
Bruce Springsteen.
I don't know. You'd have to ask her.
Bruce Springsteen, State Trooper, awesome song. I like earlier Springsteen stuff. After he started embracing the I'm just a farmer guy and trying to take on that persona. But
You see a little orange cap right there on the end?
Yeah.
Little screw cap, right? So last night when I'm getting out of bed to go to the bathroom, I'm sitting up and I'm saying, what is digging into me? They had a white one that they somehow got underneath me in the bed, so I'm sitting on it for all day.
Oh gosh.
I'll put it this way: when the nurse came and looked, she goes, "It didn't break the skin, but it sure is red." So she come in last night. The nurse last night came in. She goes, "I got you, baby. We're gonna fix this." Roll me over, put some like a protective stuff on it, and just everywhere that I had something touching me that was like that, she put this protective gel on.
There you go. It
hurt. Boy, I thought it had ripped into the skin.
Kevin Godley and Lloyd Creed.
Sitting on Legos.
Established in Manchester in 1977.
Manchester, England.
Uh-huh.
JD said the Stavers are magic lanterns.
But there was an E in Godley. It's called Under Your Thumb, and it was in 1981.
Well, I was going to ask the 80s hairband trivia question.
Up a third, down a third.
About Quiet Riot. They released a song, Mama We're All Crazy Now, which was originally a Slade song.
It was.
But
what song?
Not
Slade,
not the older.
Not the older. Slade. They're Scottish.
Slade.
Yeah, Slade.
The only real hit they had in the U.S. would have been, well, they had a couple, but they have
well, here it is, Merry
Christmas song. Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. You probably heard that. But they also had the one, see chameleon lying there in the sun, all thanks to everyone, run away. That was a big one in the 80s here in the U.S. But their song, Mama We're All Crazy Now.
Ran over by a reindeer was a big hit too.
Yeah. Their song Mama We're All Crazy Now was covered.
That's always a good Christmas song. That's always a good song to Christmas song to listen to.
Well, I thought
like, how do you get run over by a reindeer? That's kind of crazy.
Anyway, Mama We're All Crazy Now was a Slade song, was covered by Quiet Riot, but before Quiet Riot did it, there was another band in the U.S. that put it on the charts. And nobody knows who that band is except for me.
JD might know. He's pretty
What's the name of the song?
JD's pretty knowledgeable with when it comes to bands, even older
Mom,
stuff.
Mama, we're all crazy now. Mama, we're all crazy now.
Yep.
Honestly, if anybody in the chat would be able to argue bands, it would be JD.
Yep. I'm waiting to see if JD puts it in the chat without cheating.
I
Like
know.
you did.
JD does know his shit though.
This band even had a music video for it on MTV. And they beat Quiet Riot to the punch with it.
Really?
But Quiet Riot, a couple months later, came out with their version and just totally dominated the radio.
Don't be dramatic. It's not a great look. Trust me, I know what guys like. And I am 38. I've had a birthday since we started talking.
Go across the street. Come on, hear you.
Austria, 1930 bad. You like it. So keep the lead. Don't you worry. I hope that I'm attracted to you. You're so mature and sophisticated.
Really? You think I seem older?
Yes. What with the complaining and those hefty naturals? Honestly, when I first came to the house, I thought you were the mom.
I don't know. You're a geriatric telegram boy, and I'm Rick. You live with puppets, and you do the math.
There's a big old lizard sitting outside, orange and black. Probably about, I don't know, like, yeah.
Let them put them in the box and let them fall.
I don't
He's
see
doing-
JD
he's doing-
answering.
He's doing push-ups right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Don't fall. Don't fall, Joe.
I have a nurse coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got my leg hooked up on the other leg now to one of those compression deals, so I can't get out of bed if I try.
Okay.
Don't get out of bed. Use your little apple juice bottle.
Yeah.
So are you on about the one that begins with QR?
No, Quiet Riot is the band that was big in the U.S. This is a band that beat Quiet Riot to the music video and radio play
All right.
in the
Yes.
U.S.
Kiss? Is it Kiss?
No,
Nope.
is it?
Yeah.
No, this is a band that nobody would know this name unless they happen to have really liked that song, and I did. And I thought they did a good
Basically
cover. I
asking-
thought they did a really good version of it.
You basically asking us a question we can't answer. How does that
Yeah.
work?
Yeah, it's trivia. It's a little piece of trivia I have in my head that
You get your zero turn fixed?
No, he's underneath it right now,
it was a band called Mama's Boys.
and I don't have the right tools for it.
Oh.
You need the torque wrench. I thought I had one, but
Does Jim have a torque wrench?
he didn't bring any tools with him.
Oh.
On a
He
torque
lived
wrench is kind of a
35 miles south of me.
on a torque wrench is kind of a specialty tool that most people just don't have laying around.
What are you talking about? Every garage should have a torque wrench.
I've got one.
Not your. I'm saying that's not in your standard, just everyday tools that most
I've got-
households would have.
I've got a couple of them out there, different ranges. You got an inch pound wrench. I got foot pound wrench.
Yeah, but Paul doesn't work on stuff like that would need that generally. So
I-
he probably never bought one.
My dad, My dad's got one of the really old ones that had an extra bar that went up from
Yep.
the socket and had a dial at the top that it moved across.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. My dad's got one of those too.
I'll be
You
right
guys could probably go to a parts store and borrow one. They have them there. They might let you guys borrow one.
Riley's will rent you one.
Yeah, some of the parts stores will actually have tools. Now, generally, you have to be there in their parking lot to use them, but Paul goes in there playing the nice old man card. They might let him use it for a couple hours. Bring it back.
A nice man card.
Probably not.
Well, I'm not guaranteeing he would. I'm just saying it
They'd-
wouldn't be hurt to
They'd look
call
at him and they're like,
and
do you think he'd remember to bring this back?
ask.
Hey, come on.
Yeah. Let me see. Actually, Paul, you might be able to go to Harbor Freight and get you a cheap one.
What they cost? How much do they cost? Like 20, 30 bucks or something
Nah,
like that?
torque wrenches are usually at least 100 or more. They're not cheap. If you want a
What's up,
good
Lance?
one.
It depends on what range you're going for, and they're working on a mower.
Honestly, I would say just torque the bitch down as best as you can and hope for the best. I mean, I doubt it's really going to make that big of a difference. They're just saying it needs to be torqued down to a certain.
Well, almost every nut on a car has a specific torque to be tightened to, but nobody ever does it.
That's what I'm saying. He'd probably be fine just hand tightening it as much as he can.
I do it.
Like I say, the cheapest place to go get a torque wrench from would probably be Harbor Freight.
The only thing I wouldn't do it for is trim and stuff like that, but for anything on the engine, yeah, follow the torque specs.
Yeah, because even to tire, I mean, even lug nuts have a specific torque.
Yep.
And back in the day, people didn't follow that. Now they have the torque, those torque bits that you can put in there. They have a different color for each model type car. And then you put it on there and it will torque the lug nuts down to the correct torque. My dad's garage had them, and there was about 20 of them, and each color would cover a certain types of vehicles. You would look up what year. Yeah, I'll show them to you.
Al said that he bought a torque wrench from Harbor Freight for 21 bucks the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, you can get torque wrenches, not too expensive.
And that's what I was asking. But Justin, you said they were probably like 100 and something.
Well, it's like Donald said, depends on what you're going for.
He's probably also pricing, if you're going to buy a torque wrench for a shop, that's going to be put through 100 hours of use a month.
So each color would cover a specific amount of vehicles.
Oh,
and then you put it on the impact.
Scroll up. Is there a breakpoint midway? Let me see.
No, it's just the metal will twist on it as it's. But my dad's garage used to have ones that were made by Mac Tools.
Oh, so they're made to actually twist and take that little bit of impact at a certain point. Interesting.
And each color will cover like 100 different models of cars.
So so the shaft there isn't a hardened steel. That's a spring type steel that flexes.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
And then you would just look up what year or model of the car was, and it would tell you what color to use.
That is interesting.
But it was my dad got them when they like first came out with them back in the 90s. I remember we got a couple sets of them in his garage.
I did not know those tools existed.
I always like the ones that look like a huge ninja star.
Huh?
Yeah.
Fuck's, hey, Anthony, TJ,
Hey.
call Jim on the phone and tell him they can go to Harbor Freight and get one for $21. Al said that he just bought one the other day. Since Jim's
And-
there, you can call him on the phone.
And
Let's see.
also, what foot-pound range are we looking at
Hold on a
too?
second.
He said it's 10 to 150 pounds. Got great reviews. So as long as it's within that
Okay.
range.
So
it's
I'm
not
guessing
bad.
he got that. Yeah, 21.99. I'm looking
That's
at
not
right
bad.
here. Pittsburgh brand. Never heard of it. But
Pittsburgh actually makes that. Well, that's Harbor Freight's brand tools. And they actually make really good tools for their price. I said there's been a couple of mechanics on YouTube that run YouTube channels for diesel mechanics.
But I mean,
they-
depending on how what their foot pounds are running to.
Because they actually put Harbor Freight's tools through the test as everyday tools for 6 months straight.
Mhm.
And they only found one issue with some of the screwdrivers they were using. That was it.
I haven't had any problems. I don't know about. I would have to see some reviews on these. When you're talking about things that are more precise, like a torque wrench that has to go consistently to a certain.
Oh yeah, those things have to be calibrated
I don't know.
to be dead on balls accurate. I guess the fucking thing's broken then. I clearly, what'd she say? I clearly gave it the right amount of torque.
Yeah, and if
How can you be sure?
You
Just-
sure?
putting the blades on, you don't want them coming off while you're using them.
Here's a certificate of validation.
EJ, do you even know what we're talking about?
I don't know. I just tried calling Jim to tell him about the.
I think every conversation devolves to my cousin Vinny at a certain point.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I just texted him and told him to call me when he gets to a stopping point.
You said cash me outside.
Catch me outside.
How about that?
Oh yeah, there's got to be a Harbor Freight close to him too, JD, for sure. They're pretty much
Yeah.
everywhere. I got 3 of them within like a probably 20-minute drive of me, all different directions.
But you lie.
Like I said, you can go into Harbor Freight and build yourself quite the toolkit for a quarter of the cost it would cost you to do Mac or
Yeah, and
Snap-on.
especially if you're not going to be using tools and putting to a lot of abuse. Yeah, they're great.
Well, like I said too, those 2 mechanics did the Harbor Freight test, and they did it every day on diesel mechanics for 6 months, and
Yeah,
the tools held up just fine. They didn't have any issues with them.
they just have that bad reputation of being a Harbor Freight tool.
All right. Now, I dude, every tool I've ever bought from Harbor Freight, I've never had an issue with, just personally myself. Now, I haven't put them through daily use, but every time I've used them, they've worked just fine. They've never failed on me, so.
I'm trying to think of how many Harbor Freight tools I got out there.
I think I even own a Harbor
That's-
Freight tool.
That's just a line. It's like the Linus Tech Tip tools, dude. I find those to be way overpriced for what they are. Like when you do a comparison to like the iFixit kit, which is like 10, 15, or like $20 cheaper.
Yeah,
It's a better kit for $20 cheaper than what he charges.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy a Linus kit.
Like his screwdriver, everybody makes a big deal about. I've seen one in person and played with it, and I just don't see the big hype about it. I really don't.
What, a
Well-
Harbor Freight screwdriver?
No, Linus Tech Tips on YouTube.
He built a screwdriver with bearings and it's specially weighted.
Is it a ratchet screwdriver?
Yeah, it's a ratchet screwdriver and it has a storage inside the handle for the bits. I mean, it's a nice screwdriver, but it ain't worth the price they charge for it. It's like $60 or some shit. It's just not worth it, dude. You could get a $20 one from fucking Harbor Freight that will work just as good. Probably cheaper than that. You probably get one there for like $15, $10-15.
Yeah, $15.
I
I
used
don't
to,
think
in the day, somewhere in my garage, there is still, hopefully, a Stanley pump action screwdriver.
Mm-hmm. And
Get them? Did you get them?
nope, he disappeared
But
on me. I have to wait.
I saw it fly across your screen earlier. I was like, whoa, he's got a fly flying around in there.
Another
But
fly.
But honestly, if you want precision, a good precision toolkit, iFixit's the way to go. They're affordable for everybody, and they're better than your cheaper brands, and they're just as good as the expensive ones. But they're right in the middle as far as budget wise.
Oh yeah, I needed a special star when I was trying to fix the dishwasher the other day. I needed a special star bit, and I didn't have any tools downstairs in my kit that went down that far. I was like, went into my son's room. Give me your kit, and it had one of his largest ones in that kit was one I needed. So had a little crossover there.
Oh yeah, I love the iFixit kit. I got the guy at my work traded me a Ryzen 5 processor for it.
You mean a Torx screwdriver?
A Torx screwdriver.
Yeah. The one that's like a star that's got about 8 points or something on it. It's called.
Yeah, but there's actually other ones, Mark, that have different amounts of points, and they're actually called different. They're not Torx. They have like weird names and shit. There's ones that are like 5 point. There's 6-point ones. There's 8-point ones. Like my iFixit toolkit's got all the different. I mean, you could call them all torque bits just to kind of give it a generalization, but there is.
I think Torx is a brand name.
Yeah,
but there's I don't know. Might be.
I don't remember.
I suppose it's similar to Phillips. A Phillips screwdriver head is.
Garage.
Yeah, but it has a different fitting.
Oh yeah, garage sales are a good place to pick up tools too, JD.
I don't know, like I like new better than used though, but sometimes I guess used stuff are, depending on if the person took care of it or not, like.
Well, if it's an expensive tool and it's used, it's probably going to still work really well. So, especially like sockets and wrenches, stuff like that, you're not going to have to worry about that.
Torx was a brand of Starbit.
But that's what I like about the iFixit kits is they have like all the proprietary heads in there. So like for certain security screws and stuff like the Nintendo, like I have the bit that is strictly for Nintendo switches and Nintendo products because they use that weird ass head on it.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to break into a McDonald's toy, they use, a lot of times will have the diamond head or the triangle.
Now I don't know how iFixit gets away with making them because they're supposed to be proprietary heads, but I don't know if they have patents on them or.
You can't patent a shape.
I guess you can't because iFixit always comes out with the new ones whenever they decide to try to come out with some security bit people can't get into or security screw.
Mm.
You can patent a specific design, and Torx, I think, had a patent for a long time.
But my iFixit kit even has a grounding wristband you put on and you can ground yourself if you're working on certain electronics. And I got all the little pry tools and everything.
And Anthony, you can use a grounding strap also if you've had too many cookies. And you feel that maybe you should be punished. Okay, sir.
I don't think. I had these like these little wafer things with my coffee just a little while ago.
Bro.
Did you have the appropriate amount, or did you have too many? Do you need to be grounded?
No, I had 4. 4 or 5. I think it was 5.
And how many were you supposed to have?
5 is the correct amount.
Bro, did you miss me that much, huh? Did you miss me that much?
Yeah.
Yes, you talk dog now.
Yeah, Tyson won't leave me alone. He's just been wanting to sit on my lap all day. I got home yesterday and he was just, he got up on the bed and I walked up to him and he was shaking and whining and going nuts when I got home.
Yeah.
I don't want to curse it, but so far today, things have been abnormally quiet. I'm thinking too many people are taking a day off before their day off.
Mm.
Which is okay, because I got a bunch of stuff to catch up on, so that gives me a chance to do some housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
Want me to jerk you off? What kind of hotel is this?
For the love of God.
Housekeeping. Now, would you freak out if you just heard just a voice like mine, just housekeeping? Bullshit.
Dude.
What kind of hotel is this?
Okay, I'm assuming you guys are doing a quote from something.
Yeah, it was from Tommy Boy.
I have seen that movie once.
When that was when David Spade
twice.
was Chris Farley was sleeping and David Spade was knocking on the hotel door. And he was like, housekeeping. He's like, go away. He's like, housekeeping want me to fluff pillow? He's like, no, I want sleepy. He's like, housekeeping want me to jerk you off? And he said, what kind of hotel is this?
What kind of hotel is this?
You know, David Spade is one of those. He really played sidekick too much.
Yeah, he did.
I think he had one movie where he was the lead.
Dickie Roberts. That was a funny movie.
Oh yeah, Dickie Roberts. Yeah,
oh yeah. Okay, then he's probably had a couple. Wasn't he? Who was the one where he found a notebook and with mistaken identity? He found somebody's planner and took over their person or their life.
I don't remember that one.
I might be remembering wrong.
Have you seen Dickie Roberts, Donald?
That was
the Child Star.
The Child Star, yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
And he's always been really good at supporting.
Oh yeah, I mean most of everything. I mean most of the Adam Sandler movies he was in, he was always a sidekick type character.
Oh, the new season of Wednesday comes out on August the 6th on Netflix.
Is that a Wednesday?
Actually, that would have been smart for them to release it on a Wednesday.
Day after my birthday. And I can't even remember what day my birthday's on now.
Don't want to.
Yep, that's on a Wednesday.
All right.
Weird thing is that the second episode isn't till the 3rd of September.
Yeah, he has to torque down the blade to a specific foot-pound slants. That's what he needs the torque wrench for. Jim from Michigan's up there helping him. Lives about an hour and a half from Paul.
Yeah, Jim's was a mechanic. I don't know whether he still is. But, yeah.
No, he's not really active anymore because of his health issues. Well, mechanic work will get to you over the years for sure.
There's a lot of actors like that though that they never get a starring role, but every time you see them in a movie, they're just great in it.
Yeah. That's like Rob.
If not great, they're enjoyable. They're not.
That's like Rob Schneider. He's always had to seem to. I mean, he's had a few roles, where he was the lead actor, but
Yeah.
majority of his roles were always.
Big Stan was
co-starring.
basically a Adam
like-
Sandler ridiculous movie.
I
Yeah.
always liked watching those guys on like Saturday Night Live. I always like watching the SNL skit.
That was the golden age of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saturday Night Live is not what it used to be.
A lot of people like to say, "Ooh, the first not ready for primetime players was the best," but I think that back in the early mid '90s they were firing on all cylinders.
Well, and Saturday Night Live used to be like an impartial comedy too. Like they would.
No, it never was. No, you're
I'm saying
remembering wrong.
I'm saying when it came to politics, they would always make fun of both sides. They've gotten really far left over the last.
They
10
still
years.
do some at certain points. They still do, but no, you're misremembering.
I don't know. I remember them being a little bit more in the middle when it came to, especially like political comedy.
But
And
yeah,
now it seems like that's farther left now.
I don't know. Did they made fun of Biden, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Not that I remember they've made fun of Trump a bunch of times because fucking
they
what's
did
the
one.
town?
They did one with Biden when Jim Carrey did Biden, and then I think Alec Baldwin did Trump.
Tom Hanks was on there, and he pretty much was calling all Trump supporters, like portraying them as just mindless morons, which kind of pissed a lot of people off.
I wouldn't say all Trump supporters. I don't like to paint with a large brush, but you're doing comedy. You got to paint with a pretty good brush. And, I mean,
I don't know. I just feel like they've gone really far left with their comedy over the last 10 years.
it's not funny to talk about somebody's supporters and say, oh, they're well educated on things. They just different opinions. Just like if you were to make fun of someone on the left, you wouldn't be like, oh, let's find somebody who's reasonable in their arguments. We just disagree on it. That's not funny. You want to find a blue-haired person who's frothing in the mouth. That's comedy. You want to find those extremes.
I remember that clip, JD from South Park. That was funny. I'm kind of curious to see if Rob Schneider is going to be doing any more movies now that he's kind of gone really right wing.
Well, oh, he has.
Yeah, he's been doing. He
He did
actually
Big
did a.
Stan a couple of years ago, didn't he?
Yeah, but he did a couple of the college campus things with Charlie Kirk, and yeah, he's been very outspoken the past 2 years politically
The
about how he doesn't
funniest.
agree with Hollywood and all that.
I don't know if you ever watched Kill Tony.
Kill Tony. Does that
Kill
sound
Tony.
familiar?
It's a comedy podcast. Basically, they have different guest comedians on, and they have a panel, and then they let people come up who are new comics. And sometimes these people, it's the first time ever on a stage. They have what's called a bucket pool, and people can
Right.
come out and try to do comedy. And then they talk to them afterwards and talk to them about what they were thinking. And there is a lot of cringe. There are some really funny people, but one of the funniest ones was well, they had a Trump and Biden. Look up Trump, Biden, Kill Tony,
I'll go
and
watch it.
it's pretty good. It
But
has
yeah,
the guy that was fired from SNL before they hired him and then they fired him. Shane Gillis played Trump.
yeah, I'm just curious to see if he's gonna get excommunicated from Hollywood after the last year or two. Because I don't know where because I know he does a lot of stuff with Happy Madison, but I don't know where they fall.
I
Because
was gonna say
Adam
Adam
Sandler.
Sandler. He will always have a career with Adam Sandler around. He does not leave his friends behind. I mean, ever.
Yeah, because
That's one thing, man. If you had to have a friend, if you could have a friend in anybody in Hollywood, make that friend Adam Sandler.
yeah, it is true. He's always carried his friends with him. Very loyal to him
Well,
because every movie
I don't think
they have
he's
some kind of
carried.
support him.
He hasn't carried them really because he does his other stuff, but he
But
looks at it as
he's
when he has a
given them a lot
chance
of
to
work
get.
though.
Yeah, when he has a chance to put his friends in something, and it's not just putting his friends in something; it's his friends, so he gets to play. So
Right.
They got that Happy Gilmore 2 coming out soon, I think.
Yeah, that will be out in next month or two, I think.
Yeah. Did
I
you
think that
get
comes
them?
out in.
Yep.
Nice.
I think
But
that comes out in either August or September. I think.
He's gonna play golf again.
Well, he's coming out of retirement from what the trailer seems to be.
Yeah, and he's playing against Shooter McGavin again, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Shooter McGavin.
And the thing is, you look at the trailer and you know what you're going to get. You know what you're going to get. People are going to probably crap on it because it's not the original show. It's not the original movie.
Yeah.
But even the original movie got shit on when it came out. But as far as critical.
Yeah, and it became a classic. I mean, just like Waterboy, a lot of his movies became classics.
Yeah.
They're good. They're those really good, funny movies that you can watch on an afternoon on TV. You know.
One of his movies I like best is Big Daddy.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah.
Because he makes, I mean, the little kid, it goes from ha ha ha, it's all funny, and then the one kid delivers a punchline to a joke earlier, but the punchline is the saddest thing you've ever heard whenever they're taking the kid away and goes, I can wipe my own ass. I can wipe my own ass.
Yeah.
It's a line that should be funny, but it is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love when Rob Schneider's playing him in the card game. He's like, "It's bullshit. Every time it's different cards, he always wins."
That's the name of the game. It's called I Win.
Yeah. Hippopotamus.
He can do the easy one.
And I really like Rob Schneider in 50 First Dates.
Oh yeah.
When she beats the shit out, when Drew Barrymore beats the shit out of him with the bat. He's like, all right, that's enough. No, I'll be right back.
And
You hear him running off.
It's
He's like, "You
easy
crazy
to
bitch."
it's easy to say that, these movies are kind of formulaic, yes, but they're good fun, and we quote them constantly. It's
I
like
actually
you got to
rewatched
give
two of
Adam
his movies.
Sandler credit for.
Yeah, I rewatched two of his movies while I was in the hospital. I watched 51st Dates and what was the other one I watched? Oh, Grown Ups.
Oh yeah, Grown Ups. That's a pretty funny movie.
Fucking Rob Schneider was funny in that movie.
Yeah.
He's like a little vegan nerd.
Yeah.
He goes, "Here he comes, Maze, Maze."
Man. Amazing. I like
Or when
it.
he's
I like
doing the
when he
song
was,
at the funeral.
Yeah, with the
Ave
funeral
Maria.
scene.
Yeah.
On one knee.
And then Adam Sandler's like, eh. He makes that noise at the end of the song.
Or when he's like, "Oh, we took it upon ourselves to make breakfast." He goes, "What the hell is that?" He goes, "A pancake." He goes, "Looks like the bottom of an elephant's foot."
Yeah. He's like slapping him. He's slapping him in the face with it. Mage. That's funny.
She goes, "I'll just make a little maize ointment to put on." He goes, "That shit never works." He goes, "Put some alcohol in this bitch. You'd know about that. You were born during the Prohibition." I love how his two daughters are like smoking hot, and then the third daughter looks just like him.
Yeah.
He goes, "Hey, those are my daughters." He goes, "Those two? No." He goes, "Those are the two hottest chicks I've ever seen." "That one? Yeah, she looks like you. She's fugly just like you."
Yeah, they were.
I like when Adam Sandler's frying the bacon on the damn the
Bug zapper.
Yeah. He sees his kid standing out there with all these like nice looking clothes. He picks up the rock, he's thinking to himself, "Come on, pick up, like throw that rock, throw it at your brother, throw it at the tree."
Yeah. Got me a little spongy bath.
Oh, nice.
I had to do it, but I did it. I got it though. I just told her, wet me that rag over there so I can at least wash my face. I'm still waiting for my early meds, which should be any minute. And every time they put me back in the bed, they forget to do things. It's like, there's no attention to detail. It's like, I couldn't do this shit on the ambulance, I'd kill somebody. They forget to plug the machine back in. They didn't put the thing back on my leg. So it's like, must be one of those nurses took that 30-day course.
Oh yeah.
Jody, what's up?
What's up, Jody?
I watched a rom-com the other day that it's kind of a rom-com.
Quit scratching
But
that thing,
that
Paul.
Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that before.
I rewatched that the other day, and that's a really good movie.
Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, it's Steve Carell's wife cheats on him, and so they break up, and he's a slob, and Ryan Gosling's like a ladies' man who goes to set about teach him how to go back into the dating pool.
I think I've seen that.
Don't watch any spoilers. Watch it cold, and trust me, it's worth it.
You get your zero turn fixed, Paul?
He's
You're muted.
He's muted.
I think he's talking on the phone.
Were they just swapping out the blade or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Taco Bell says I could do a $25 order and I got zero delivery. When they deliver here?
Yeah, as long as you're allowed to have it, the nurses should let it in.
Yeah, but I haven't had fast food since like 10 weeks, 11 weeks, except for that Subway thing.
Dude, have they checked your weight since you've been in there?
No,
Yeah, dude, just stay on the hospital diet, bro. It's better for you.
on
You
them.
just keep losing that weight.
Well, I'll put it
Yeah.
this
You
way. I look just because I can usually look in the mirror and know the weight. I'm usually, I'll say 233 and it'll be 234, 33. And I'm looking at my legs, just the size of my legs because they're shrinking because of the fluids. And I'm looking I'm thinking I'm probably about 220, 228, like between 220 and 223 maybe.
Yeah, you're gonna keep losing weight the longer you're there, so just stay on the hospital diet.
Yeah, I'll find out when I
It'll be
go,
good for you.
home Monday.
Especially since they're giving you a lot smaller portions too. That's gonna get you in
Yeah.
a routine where you're not eating a bunch of extra shit.
But I'm getting more calories than I've been getting normally, you know?
Yeah, but every pound you can get off of your legs is going to be.
Healthier, faster
They
healing.
they allow it at ours, Dre, but it has to be approved by the nurses. So, or if it's a family member can order food if they're going to be
Right.
eating it while they're visiting. But if it's going to a room for a patient, they have to approve the food. Like it can't.
Well, I'll put
If
it this
you're on
way.
a special diet, they're not going to let it come in.
I'm on a just an open diet, anything, right? Regular diet. So they come walking in and saw me eating a big old Subway the other day. They were falling out.
But that's the thing too, is though hospital portions, like I said, are usually a lot smaller than what you would make for yourself.
Yeah, one ladle, 1 ounce of gravy
Uh,
total. You know, not even that. It ain't 1 ounce.
yeah, it's all measured out, like precise.
Like I have the jambo. I have that Missouri jambalaya coming in again today with the stewed tomatoes.
And I guarantee you're probably not getting your full daily calories. Because you're not burning anything. You're probably getting 12 or 1400 a day.
No, I've been measuring it. They got the calorie intake on everything.
Are
And
you getting your full 2000 or?
I've been at home staying around 1500, and I'm getting about 1500 to 2100, 2300 now. And then some mornings, like yesterday, they came in with the eggs and that. They said 1200 calories for the breakfast. I looked at it, but it had stuff on there I didn't eat. You know, so I was able to cut that back. And then they had the thing was is that it said 2 slices of bacon. They had 4 slices of bacon on that plate.
Yeah, Dre, that's the same at our hospital, dude. You have to go through a bunch of security to get in there. And then they have a cop, a regular city cop that's stationed in there all the time. They have their own little substation inside the hospital. They got their own the cop has their own room and everything. But there's usually always 2 or 3 cops there because they're always bringing in somebody from some kind of arrest or something. So usually you go to the hospital and there's always 3 or 4 cop cars parked out in the very front, an emergency
Ow.
lane.
Okay, the medication wearing off on his leg. I haven't had medication since last night, about 12 hours now, and it's starting to hurt. They need it, but they're doing wound care, and they don't want to give me anything till wound care gets here. That's when they want to do the IV push.
Ding dong.
And I don't
Yeah.
want to take anything that won't give me that IV.
And there goes. Well, the man tried to shut him down. He was giving away too much information.
Yeah.
HIPAA shut him down. No, I was it was really funny. I was on the phone with Matt the other night, and I was telling him what was going on, and his mom was sitting there, and she was like, "Oh, how's Justin doing?" And he turns to his mom and says, "He said don't fucking worry about it and don't ask no more questions. It's private." I was like, "You're such a dick, I swear." Damn, you and Mark just keep dropping in and out.
I
Oh,
know.
here comes Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
Oh, for
Oh
fuck's sake.
no! Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah. Who?
Good God damn it.
Justin, I'm glad I made you host.
I'm host? Shit, I didn't even know that. If I
Yep.
had been co-hosting almost the whole
I
day.
made you host because I've got an appointment at 1 o'clock and I'm getting ready to go.
Who let him
How'd
in?
your zero did you get your zero turn fixed?
Yeah, but he didn't have all his tools with him, so.
You gotta
I
get any tools. It
texted
don't
him.
make
I
sense.
texted him I told Jim to come on in when he was done doing what he was doing out there to come in and say hey.
Yeah, because they had a torque wrench at Harbor Freight for $21.
Yeah.
You guys
Well,
could have
you
went
know
and
how
got.
often I use any of my wrenches now? They're just a mess.
None of yours worked.
No,
I
but
don't
that would
have
have
a
been
torque wrench. At least I
that could have
used to have a torque wrench,
that
but
would have been
my
payment
tenant
for Jim.
upstairs used to work on cars and stuff, and I can't find any of my stuff. And he's dead now, so.
And we know that.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I got to make my appointment at 1 o'clock. Justin, you're in charge, buddy.
All right.
Now, who
See
let
you,
that
Paul.
guy? Who let him in thinking it was Johnny?
No, I think
It wasn't me because Paul made me host right when he did that.
Yeah, he might have let him in and made you host.
Yeah, I think it might. I thought it was. Well, it was me because I thought it said Johnny Drone Flyer. So
Because I wasn't co-host the entire time.
Yeah, but
for the show.
Johnny during the middle of the day ain't coming on. I was about to say that it can't be Johnny. Double check. But when he's
Yeah, you don't
working,
trust fisheye, but
well,
hey, I
he's
want
been.
that guy to
Johnny's
come to
been-
knock on my door. Come push in my house, please. If he want to show us holes, I'll give him 3 or 4 more.
Well, if he's gonna push on your door now, I ain't gonna help any because you're not gonna be there.
No, I mean when I get
Okay.
home, come in there. I'll give him 3 or
here's
4
the
more holes
thing,
to show.
Joe. They pop on and they show video like that, and then you're inviting them to your house to push in your back door. That's not a
yeah, you kind of walked into that one, Jim.
I don't care. All I know is that he gonna have a few extra
you
holes.
come to my
huh?
house and push in the back door. I'll give you a couple of shots.
I'll give him a couple of extra holes. Shit, God didn't give him. And I'll say, and he'll be able to say,
I mean,
I found out who Joe was.
It didn't look like Johnny. The guy was a bit
now
longer and
now
taller.
whenever Joe starts talking about how pretty his nurses are, we're gonna be like, yeah, the male nurses. Not that there's anything wrong with that, Joe. It's great. This stay in the hospital has let you find your inner truth, and we love that for you.
Morning, Dre, Lance, Itchy, Jody.
Hold on.
Go ahead and do that. Lock the meeting for right now.
What's up, David? How are you doing?
David, JD.
Oh, why do I got Beach Boys in my head? That's not bad.
Oh yeah, the Beach Boys.
God only knows how I feel about you.
I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California.
What's up, David?
Not even Bourbon Economic Group.
No, he didn't answer the phone anyway, David. We were trying to get up with them to tell them they could go get a torque wrench over at the Harbor Freight, but nobody was answering the phones. Wait, why is that up there all of a sudden? Oh, it's from video. Okay.
So, do you guys have any big plans for the 4th?
Not really, no.
Yeah, not really. Probably just watch some fireworks from the patio. Be like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
I can watch Legolands from my backyard and see them just fine. So
That's nice. My
yeah,
neighbors usually set off several $1,000s worth of fireworks, so we don't spend any money. We just sit in the pool and watch.
oh yeah, you can go down the road and every other house is doing their own fucking fireworks display.
I know Friday night, Joplin will be doing their fireworks display out at the college, and it's within 5 miles of the airport, just barely. But I'm gonna go out by the highway, I think, which is about a mile away, mile and a half away, and put the drone up. And
Yeah, if I wanted to, we could just go up. If we wanted to go to the fireworks up close, just go up to the Publix parking lot and park in there and sit on the side of the road, watch
yeah,
across
it
the
gets
street.
busy because everybody from around, everyone shows up for the fireworks show. So all the parking lots and all the roads ended up really congested. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
a lot
sounds
of
like a good
people.
idea because there's a place like right up in Jupiter called Loggerhead, and I'm sure there'll be fire. Like we just park in the parking lot and I can send the drone up and get fireworks from there too.
now, does Legoland do fireworks like all the time, like Disney World?
Yeah, they do them at least once a week.
Now,
Well,
have
yeah,
they gone? Have they gone to the pneumatic
people in hell on
tubes
this water,
to
but
fire
they
them
get
up?
I honestly don't know
or
because
try.
they do them on a barge out on the lake
Okay,
because Legoland butts up against one of the big lakes. So they have their own section of the lake that's cordoned off for them.
because like Disneyland went to just firing them out of pneumatic tube because it's a lot easier to get your timing down.
I'm sure they do because it's always pretty precise looking. Like it's and like I said, I can watch them from the backyard and get a pretty good view of them, but I can drive a quarter mile up the road and park on the side of the street and park right on the other side of the road from Legoland and watch them for free. And a lot of people will go out on their boats and they'll go out on the perimeter that Legoland has set where they get that little piece of lake and they'll park their boats right on the outside and watch.
And I haven't decided yet, but I may this year for our pool party. It's going to be on the 5th. I may try and just stay completely sober for the day.
And you used to not be able to fly over Legoland. I don't know if it's still a thing, but it was actually labeled not as a theme park, no fly zone. It was labeled as a power plant because the amount of solar panels they have. And it used to be on the maps as a power plant, even though it was a theme park. And you couldn't fly over it. There wasn't no fly zone over it, but I don't know if there still is or not, or if it's still labeled that way. But this was like 4 or 5 years ago. It was a while back when I tried to fly over there. But they have their Legoland's covered in solar panels. All their covered parking areas are all got solar panels on top, and they got big solar panel arrays out in the fields next to the park. But for some reason on the maps, it was labeled as a power plant. So I'm assuming that was just because of the solar panels.
Oops. This web page just froze up on me.
And
And
then
it's not
Disney
refreshing.
in Disney, you can't fly over Disney at all. They got a huge no-fly zone around Disney.
Oh yeah. Disney.
But see, Legoland's ultimate goal, and they've said it for the last few years, is they're trying to get bigger than Disney. They want their park to rival Disney's. And they've been expanding like crazy, buying up properties all around the park. And they keep building more hotels and more rides.
That's crazy.
How many more hotels and whatnot do you need inside Disney, anyways?
You'd be surprised, dude. They stay pretty full. Legoland's just as busy. I mean, a lot of people come all the way from Orlando just to go to Legoland. They'll go on vacation, go to Disney, and then they'll Uber all the way out here to Legoland for the day and go to Legoland.
I don't remember. It's been quite a few years now, but we went down to Orlando and didn't even go to Disney World.
Fuck, you need a damn house and second mortgage to go to damn Disney World.
Yep. We went to
That's
SeaWorld,
expensive.
which was okay. We went, hung out at the beach, and we
Dude,
went
you
to
could
Universal.
Yeah, you could go to Universal, SeaWorld, and like Busch Gardens for what it would probably cost you just to go to Disney World.
Well, part of what we went down there for was a place called Discovery Cove,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and they do like a swimming with the dolphins type experience, and so we let the kids do that. But then you get your little wetsuit and you get to swim around Discovery Cove, but it's a package deal where you got Discovery Cove, and then with that you also got SeaWorld and Aquatica,
Yeah.
which is a water park. And the park I enjoyed, well, Discovery Cove was pretty cool, but I enjoyed going to Aquatica, just the water park, more than going to SeaWorld.
And see, and that's where I think Legoland's kind of missing the mark here too, is we have a water park, but the problem is they force you to buy a ticket for the whole park, and then you have to walk through the entire park just to get to the water park. When I think that they really should have its own entrance to where if you just want to go to the water park, you should just be able to go to that. Because if they did that and then offered, reduced prices for locals and stuff, I guarantee they'd get a lot more people coming in there.
Oh
But a
yeah,
lot of
people just
people
going
don't.
for a water park. Yeah.
Yeah, people don't like going. A lot of locals don't like going there because they have to buy a ticket for the whole park, and they don't want to go to the whole park. They just want to go to the water park. And then, like I said, then you have to traipse through the entire park just to get to it because they don't have any entrance for it. And it's
I
kind
always,
of a pain in the ass.
when we were down there, Aquatica had the lazy river, which is kind of slow, but then they had the lazy rapids, which were like a lazy river but fast.
Yeah, I love the lazy
And
rivers.
the lazy rapids was awesome. I loved it. I was like, if someone around here would just just have a couple acres of land and just put a lazy river in and a lazy rapids in and serve snacks like at a swimming pool, I think they would rake in the money.
Yeah, so you just have those two, and then like one big swimming pool, like a little.
Just a small, I wouldn't say a big swimming pool, but a small pull-off area where you can
Yeah,
maybe
just
enjoy a center area where you go in and it's just the no rapids or anything like that. One side you can go to Lazy River, the other side you go to Lazy Rapids. Put plenty of shade over that pool.
and maybe a little kids area. Just make it real basic
Yeah. Make
compared
a
to
little
a water
splashy
park.
area for the kids and make it very basic. I
I
mean,
mean, public pools do pretty good when they're just a pool. I mean, our
yeah,
public pool always is jam packed with
that's a
people.
problem. Water parks just think, oh, we need to build a bigger slide, a bigger slide, a bigger slide. It's like, no, Just make one enjoyable experience.
Yeah, because a lot of times people just want to go cool off. Because I used to
Yeah.
love like when I used to go to Lake Dolores in California before it shut down. I spent most of my time in the lazy river, just sitting
Yeah.
on the raft floating around.
That's what I'm saying. It's a simple concept, and you don't have the unexpected beheadings in a lazy river.
Yeah. And it's kind of like what, and not to mention, usually slides, there's always a fucking line out the ass. You ride it a couple times, and it's just like,
Big
okay,
respect for anybody who got the Schlitterbahn reference.
Hey, where Paul say he was going?
Honestly, I don't even fucking
You don't
remember, to be
remember?
honest. I don't pay attention half the time when Paul says he's going somewhere.
I'm just curious of what his excuse was or what the lie was.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, to be honest.
Because
He just
I'll
said he
put it to
made.
you this way, guys. I got a little insight on what happened, and it's going to be brought up in a later stream today.
Oh, well, why'd you even say anything? Because now I want to know. God.
Call me later. I'll tell you.
Oh,
You know, but
All right. Why are you in here just tweaking everybody's curiosity?
well, I don't
Yeah,
want
I
to bring
know.
it up now without Paul here. I want the person that's going to bring it up to be here. So they told me later, bring it up, and
I'll fucking
they'll
end this
come in
live
because
stream on YouTube
we
right
got
now.
a situation going on right now. That's all I can tell you. And it's what we expected. I'll tell y'all later. I don't want to tell in case he's lurking in the background like he always does.
Okay.
Well, I can actually end the live stream where we're just on the panel.